Hi. So there are two kinds of money, which is ego money and God's money. And today we are going to talk about that. If you do not know the difference between ego's money and God's money, you won't be able to tap into abundance. And that is why it is crucially important that you understand what I am talking in this video today. Now, before we talk about ego money or God's money, I need to tell you what is king versus fake king. So, a king is a person who is someone who knows their self worth, and a fake king is a person who do not know their self worth, and just because they have listened to a lot of law of attraction coaches or motivational coaches, they are saying to themselves that I deserve it over and over again. But just because you say something like that doesn't make you, a king. And, I deserve to get money even if I don't earn. I deserve to get money even if I'm just a lazy ass junk in my apartment. Like that's a fake king. And a true king is someone who is like, I deserve money. I just know it. And I am having a pure intentions towards everyone. And even if, I have a hunch or intuition of, yeah, moreover hunch of what work I should be doing, I'll do that work with pure intentions towards my customers, towards my boss, towards my company, and because that is my true characteristics. Okay, so a true king never have to like boast that, oh, I deserve it, so that's why, like blah blah blah. You know the difference, right? So we are not going to tap into this more, but this was very crucial for you to understand what a fake king is and what a real king is. Why? Because the fake king is what operates the ego's money, and the real king is what operates the God's money. Okay? God's money can also be said as other people's money. Okay? This might be the concept you have heard about a lot from Robert Kiyosaki and the book. Maybe it's in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, or maybe I have read it from other book. I don't remember, but it is definitely Robert Kiyosaki's um, term OPM, other people's money, and OPT, other people's time. So, what is ego's money? Ego is something that likes 100% control over every fucking thing, 100% control over every aspect of their life. So, ego money is something that likes to feel good about their efforts. So, this is the jobs money, 100% jobs money, and jobs money only. And this is the person, okay, just a second. As I said earlier, there is something called king and there is something called fake king. And I did give an example of how um, fake king is a person who doesn't like to do job and the real king is a person who like to do job. So if I'm saying that God's money is what real king taps into, then why am I saying that job is something that is um, ego based money? You need to listen to this completely in order to get the sense of it. The thing is, faking will always put their self worth in the job that they are doing or the work that they are doing. So, in a way, they will do the job because they think that it is going to give them self worth, it is going to give them validation, it is going to give them money, it is going to give them blah blah blah. It is going to give them, whatever. In other words, I am as much worthy as that of how much ever work I do. Okay, this is the thing that I see mostly in India. Okay, it's not. I mean, I don't know, like Asian people. I think heavily operates from this part. But there could be some people who come under the category of I don't even want to do any kind of job, but I want money. You know, like I seriously haven't met any kind of these kind of a fake king just yet. So yeah, that's the reason I'm not talking about this one. But a real king can be doing job. Job is one source of income for a real king. But a real king's self-worth is here, is with them, is besides them, or it's not their action, it's not their identity, it's not their action. I said it's not their hard work, it's not how much salary they make, it's not what is the status, it's not what is their skin tone. That is not what they put their self-worth in. The real king put the self-worth in something that is not visible, and that's why it's away from the king. Otherwise I would have just put a heart around the king. No, king is not having the self-esteem because king is so and so type of a person or something like that, but king is having a self-esteem because king understands what a true self-esteem is. Now, even if this person is doing job, whether this person is doing job or not, king doesn't feel like, for example, the fake king is a person who would feel good about themselves on Monday, who would feel good about themselves on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but not on Saturday or Sunday. Why? Because on Saturday, on Sunday, fake king is not doing anything. The fake king cannot sit idle because fake kings' self identity is completely based on what job they are doing and how much they are doing the job. Fake king, now the king is not for male. King can also represent female, and in India, this fake king does represent most of the housewives or most of the mothers because they cannot feel good about themselves to give themselves a break. They have to a fake king who is a mother's, right? They have to work 24/7 in their household in order to feel good about themselves. They cannot, like, the happiness in a true king just comes from within. And then again, once you put your self worth into the job that you do, you won't feel good when you are not doing job. And that's the difference between God's money and ego's money. Ego's money is you feel good about yourself with how much work you do. And the real king's self-esteem has nothing to do with how much job they do. Real king will feel good about themselves on Monday to Friday plus Saturdays and Sundays. Why? Because the real king is not basing their self-esteem in the job that they do. If you have understood this much, you are clever. If you haven't understood this much just yet, you can listen to this video over and over again. If it is a new concept, it does take time to sink in, it does take time to click. You are a smart human being, every human being is a smart human being. Just listen to this over and over again, and one time it will click you. Okay. So now we are talking about ego money and God's money. Okay. Ego's money is someone who who want who want 100% of their income through whatever job they are doing. Why? Because they love 100% of the control. They love 100% of the fake control. Okay, fake king has fake control, and the real king has control, just control, and or you can say real control. Okay, Real king has real control, fake king has fake control. That's much is understood. Okay. Fake king is most likely going to be in the trap of employment. Now, once they are in the employment, they want 100% control over their income. And that is the reason only job will be the source of their income. Why? Because if I am not doing job, I'll come to this. This a fake king who has fake sense of control will never be able to accept the other people's money. Why they won't be able to accept the other people's money? Because oh my god, their ego comes in. Egos, this is ego, no E. Their egos comes in, and their ego tells them, I am not worthy of other people's money. Why? Because other people's money is, other people's money. How can I take it? It would be rude of me. Correct? That again comes from the talk. It's a talk of ego. Once you understand the concept of money, once you understand the fluidity of money, you will understand that money was neither yours, neither it will be only yours. It is always flowing, it is always going. Once you take money from Chintu, you will give it to Mintu. If you haven't seen the other video, watch that other video. I gave you the link in the description down below. Okay, once you take from Chintu, you it always go to the Mintu. It doesn't stay with you. Money was never yours. That's the thing that God's money or real king understands. Who seeks God's money? Who accept God's money? God's money is available for every human being. The person who has strong ego is not able to access the God's money because the control issue. Once you once the control issues is gone, once you are like, I don't want to, I don't, I I trust the divine. Listen to me. I trust the divine. Only you are 100% control. You are a control freak only when you don't trust someone. Let's say you are a leader, you have, like, you are a manager, you have employees, you have one particular employee who might not have done something in the past, and you have given them the job today, and your boss is waiting for one particular job to be completed within in 12, like by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You have delegated that job to that one employee who has not done the job in on time in one time. Okay, one time there's one employee, um, Mintu or Manoj, let's say Manoj, didn't is had a reputation. One time Manoj had a reputation of not being on clock. So what will you do? You will, even if you have delegated the work to them now, you will still take on the task on yourself because you want 100% control. You want 100% control. And a control freak is always someone who doesn't trust other person. A control freak is a person who doesn't have who have trust issues, in other words. If you have trust issues, easy, it is here. Everything is here. And trust on God is super hard. Trust on God is very hard. You will not able to do it at all. Why? Because we have always learned how to rely on ourselves. Our parents have always been relied on themselves only. Then there was relatives who did some politics and all. Again, it taught us to how to rely on ourselves only. Now we are relying on ourselves only. We don't trust anybody, right? So once you do trust the other person, that is called real control. Real control is where you have trust in the divine, in God, and all that divine. Once you trust the divine, then you do understand the money was never yours. Money was never yours. Money was always God's only. Then you can accept other people's money because there is no concept of my money, because other people's money is God's money. My money was also God's money. So what's the difference? You understood? What's the difference? Now, the God's money, who is the people who are accessing or accepting God's money is for everybody. It's just the matter of whether we accept it or not. The person who accepts God's money do not just have a job, they have a job. They have could have inheritance, they have relatives ne paisa diya, okay? They have gifts, they have the mutual fund is expired, so now you get the MF mutual fund. They have the life insurance thing, and they are grateful for everything that they couldn't afford, but once upon a time their parents have afforded for them. The house, the food, everything is money. And again, no money was their money. What's the difference between the thing that I called my money versus the thing that I call the other people's money? There's no difference. Money is never yours. It's not yours. It's a fluid thing. I've already told you in other video. Very practical I've told. You watch that video. The link is in the description. Watch it. For any questions or anything, wait for it. There will be services, there will be seminars or something coming out or something. Then we'll see. Okay. First, you listen to this video over and over again for 20 days. 20 days. In the morning, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you watch this video. 20 days, that's it. 21 days if you want. Someone is like days is the scientific day. Go for it, watch that. We'll talk later. Okay, that's it. Bye.